We talk a lot about corn and soybean prices on this show, as those are the primary two crops grown in the U.S. But what are the chances of those in agriculture creating some more competition to help with the potential bumper supply year after year? That's Customer Support this week.
Ron Gernhardt in Cresswell, Oregon asks a question many of us have spent our lives pondering. I really enjoyed the show, even though the farms, practices, and crops talked about on your show are very different from that of Western Oregon. I have seen a shift from grass seed to filbert trees and oilseed crops here. Are there other crops that could be grown to reduce the number of acres of corn and soybeans? We know supply and demand affect prices and recently have seen proof of that. Lower corn and soybean acres would also raise prices during normal times, which is a constant topic on the show. Oh, Ron, the legendary third crop has been the holy grail for the huge number of corn and soy growers for my entire career. I was born just in the twilight of diversified farms in my part of the Midwest. Along with cattle and hogs, we grew wheat and oats and hay crops. Like most other farms around us, economics, specialization, and labor gradually transformed our production into a corn-soybean rotation. Both agronomic and especially financial factors make virtually all other crops non-competitive. The Midwest is just a great place to grow these crops, and the profits have been sufficient, along with significant government subsidies, to keep alternatives limited to small acreages of specialty contract crops. Remember, too, there are some 180 million acres of corn and soybeans. If there were another economically viable choice, it would need a vast market to consume the output from all the acres that could possibly shift. Even a few percent of acres switching to wheat, for example, could swamp that market. Our infrastructure is now narrowly dedicated to the big two crops as well. Machinery and grain handling systems have been refined for peak efficiency for them. A new crop might not have any system to produce, receive, store, or ship the output. This does not mean we aren't trying for new choices, but to date it has proved frustrating. We tried canola a few years ago, for example. Changes in heat and precipitation might tweak the system, but so far it just seems to add more acres available for corn and soybeans. Maybe we'll stumble onto an alternative, but don't hold your breath.
Well, it's been a cold into April, but is that about to change? Brad Rippey joins us with